Final round. And an unkeepable hand. Got a mulligan that one, unfortunately. Um, this isn't bad. I could keep a negate on top. Forest, Ophanissa. So probably 4-colour Sahili again. In which case this hand isn't too badly set up. Opponent finds an Aether Harb. We got a couple of anticipates to try and find his extra lands. We've got a negate to deal with an early problematic Sahili or Challenger. I think the main fear here is some beat. Oh no, maybe it isn't the Volker Sahili. It looks like it is the Sneck deck. In which case I feel significantly worse about this hand, given it's completely lacking removal. There's a Rishkar. Let's just do this now. I'm going to take the shot just to stop this ballista getting out of hand. Our opponent hasn't played a third land yet, interestingly. Ah, there it is. And we do have another anticipate in the tank still. A tune is nice. A tune can get us an island. I'm just going to shock here though. So we'll take 2. Another ballista. That's not great. Opponent's a bit stuck on lands. Well, not stuck on lands, but they're all coming in tapped. That wasn't great, so I guess we hold up a disallow. Well, especially if we hold a disallow, I would quite like to get in a situation where we can anticipate to find an extra land. Yeah, there's another counter going on that, so we're gonna have to go down to 6, which is effectively. Yeah, we're effectively down to 4 because this can deal 4 damage to us. Dynavolt. I think we just need the other land here. It's very unlikely we'll be able to Dynavolt plus something. And that's not enough, so we'll just die. A bit of a rocky start to that game. So negates come out. Confiscation coups come in. This deck still runs too much removal for me to want Virtuoso and Dragon Master Outcast. Natural State is a consideration. In fact, I think I'll play a Natural State over a Shock here. I mean, Shock has its uses. Rishkar, Taurus Tracker. Might actually still be good. Yeah, I'm going to switch that back. The more I think about it, it's like Tireless Tracker, Rishkar, Siphoner. Natural State only hits the Ballista. It depends if they've got Scrappy Scroungers in the sideboard. Is there anything else that could come out for a Natural State? Probably not. Because Obsolescence you'd rather have in case they have a Scrounger. Or a... yeah, I'd rather have both to be honest, but you know. It's a tricky one. I keep hearing that Team of Tower is great against black-green, but whenever I've run into it, it hasn't been a very easy ride. And that one was a bit tricky. I think land got to us a little bit there. So our opponent takes some time to sideboard. We get to play first. Ooh, this hand. And basically you have to see this land as 6 lands and highest lightning, so I think we mulligan that. This is not fantastic either, but I think it's keepable. Magic Online really wants me to have a tune with Ethers. At least we get some early disallows in here. I would like to have a removal spell. Confiscation Coup could be handy as well. There's absolutely no reason for us not to attune here. So, hopefully our opponent doesn't land a snake here. But they probably will. Yeah, there's a snake. We'll play the mountain. We've got some disallows to temper some early plays. And try and find like a glimmer of genius or something. Opponent's going to attune. Plays a swamp. Guess they're holding up Grasp of Darkness here. I'm gonna counter this Ballista. And we just want to kind of buy some time here. Guess we'll get an island. And this can be the downside sometimes, that can just kind of sit here and do nothing. And I don't mind using Disal as well, because if they play something like a Verdius Gearhulk, yeah, Tyrus Tracker is definitely also getting countered. If they, and there's a possibility that resolve and confiscation coup it, but I don't know. Okay, Gearhulk makes this hand a lot better. Opponent has missed a land drop as well, of note. Yeah, that's the thing about and we could activate Lumbering Falls here as a blocker. And we're not doing anything else, so if they attack, I think that's fine. Something will resolve. And I guess the only way this goes very badly for us is if they have like a Blossoming Defense. Open this. Found a forest. Play the forest. Siphoner. Siphoner's annoying. I'm going to take a risk here. I'm going to confiscation coup the Siphoner. Because it's very high upside. At the moment we can Gearhulk counter something. But, I mean, maybe this is very, very greedy. But this has the potential to be quite swingy. Gearhulk could be the safer route because we could always like flash that in and counter something. It's also because I don't really want them to start drawing cards. Because we don't have a way to deal with that Siphoner. Because the other play would be to like anticipate and see what's in the top 3. The main way this can go wrong is if opponent has like kept removal and stuff in, they could just like fatal push this or something in response. The other thing that could be pretty bad for us is if they just untap and play a Verdius Gearhulk. Because then we'd rather have confiscation coup the Gearhulk. This is probably, in many ways, the completely wrong play. And if it is, we'll live with it. Opponent's taking some time over this. So let's see how badly this play might bite us. Oh, Ballista. Yeah, that wasn't great. Well, there's certainly that play could have certainly gone a lot worse for us. So you know, now this deck, and green black does run murders. Well, it used to run murders, but it can have issues dealing with Torrential Gearhulk. I'm going to take this. Yeah, purely because like if even if we flash in Gearhulk to block, they just put a counter on it and they will kill the Gearhulk. We can disallow something here. Now we have a Gearhulk. That isn't just going to die to the Ballista. There is a great incentive in trying to find a removal spell for the Ballista right now. Harness Lightning is it. Now this again, this does leave us exposed. We don't have any counter spells or anything like that. Another Ballista would be really annoying. We have very little gas, so I'm also just going to try and put the pressure on here. Like, when our opponent's got so many cards in hand, even if they are a bit land stuck, now they found the land for the tracker. It feels like we want to put them under pressure. I will still attack here because we can do Lumbering Falls and the Shield Day for Thief. And again, if they're going to try and race us, there are ways that we can kind of draw certain things that can allow us to win this race. So we'll see what they do. And the absolute worst thing for us is like Verdius Gearhulk. I mean, Verdius Gearhulk is absolutely miserable for us, and there it is. Okay, let's see what they do with this. So, yeah, this was Snake Out. Pretty bad. Lumbering Falls creates approximately nothing. So, plan here. Take 4 off the snake. Well, we probably should have activated Lumbering Falls and jumped with that, but I guess no. I guess we block here. We take 4. We maybe find a way to deal with the Gearhulk and attack with Lumbering Falls, but that doesn't do it. Harness Lightning. Oh dear. It's 5, 9, 5, 8. That wouldn't quite be enough. But can we survive? That's the question. So say our opponent... This box here... Lumbering Falls gets in the way of that. We Harness Lightning Tireless Tracker. Might just about be doable. It's going to be tricky though. Transgress the Mind. Okay, so then I'm going to know about Harness Lightning, but starting out there is quite a blank for them. Another snake isn't great. They could just attack with nothing. This is probably actually the best attack. Probably just have to harness this. And they crack the clue now. And we can still kill Tireless Tracker if we have another harness. We can't kill it if we draw that though. So pass. Gearhulk gets in front of something. Lumbering Fool's gonna have to get in front of Cracker. I mean, if that just activate Hissing Quagmire, then that's it. But that's also it. Neither of those games seem to go particularly well. I don't know if we just played those badly. I felt like the hands didn't quite come together. But you know, it happens. It happens. Probably play some more Temur Tower at some point. Next recorded content will probably be modern. I say we play another Temur Tower at some point. Like once this PPTQ is over, I'm fairly done with this standard really until Armor Cap. I think what you probably expect is some modern Masters drafts and some modern, probably Merfolk. Next big event for me is Grand Prix Copenhagen. And then, so yeah, expect some modern, maybe some legacy. Maybe some legacy. It depends on a few real life factors to see if that becomes an affordable thing. But you know, thanks for watching. Fortunately, the games didn't go our way too much this time, but you know, we will work on it and hopefully PBTQ goes well.